Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I hope everything's going well for you in the new year. So, speaking of new years, I thought I would do a video on all the makeup that I really loved from 2023. So these are some of the products that I love using in my kit, love using on myself. I'm going to talk through that today. I hope you enjoy the video and thank you for watching. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to sort of go with the base. So a base product that I've really been loving. This is also mentioned in the video with the makeup I've got on now. This is the Kiko Smart Radiance 3-in-1 Primer, Cream and Highlighter. So this I found on the skin makes your skin look like the best version of itself. It really gives a nice dewy glow. It hydrates, it just smooths out the skin. It looks like you've got a really nice glowy healthy skin with like a filter on. So I do have oilier skin, so I tend to avoid any sort of highlighter products, but this one, it isn't a highlighter where it just makes you look greasy even if you have oily skin, because I know that throughout the day you do get shiny. It gives that nice natural glow. It just makes your skin look like you've drank loads of water, eaten healthy and looked after yourself, which is what I want really. So that is this. The only problem I do have with this is when you buy it, it has the bit with the brush on the end, which I don't like. I think it is dirty. I don't like wiping a brush over and over on my face if I can't really clean it. So I have chopped it off. You can sort of see I've chopped the brush off because I prefer it that way. And you don't have to do this, it's just what I chose to do. But I would say, if you want to be clean with it, get your scissors and chop that top off because it's not necessary and it's dirty. But apart from that, the product inside is really nice, so I do recommend this product. So that was Primer, a foundation that I've been loving. I've been loving it since 2022, but also going into 2023, I've been using it so much as well. The packaging has now changed, so it does look different to what I'm showing you, but it's the same name, same foundation. It is the number 7 HydraLuminous Moisturising Foundation. So this one, I just find it looks like skin, it blends like skin, it goes on smooth, it stays smooth, it gives a flawless finish and it's not heavy. Like, I generally really like it. And I've tried other foundations, I've tried like high-end, I've tried Armani, I've tried NARS, and I still prefer this one. It does also have an SPF 15 in it, and it is suitable for sensitive skin. So it is an all-rounder sort of foundation. It starts at a medium coverage, but it's easily buildable to a full. And I find that even when you build it, it's not heavy at all. And it's probably one of the smoothest foundations to sit on the skin that I've owned. And I love it so much that I have got 4 of them in different colours for when I fake tan. So it's something I always use, and I feel like if I only had this foundation for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be mad. Do you know what I mean? It is just a really smooth, nice foundation. Okay, so my next one is concealer. This is one that I have, again, been using basically all year. I think I started using it at the start of the year and I've just continued all the way through. It's a very high coverage concealer. It has great ingredients. It sits on the skin really nicely. I think it's very good value for money because you don't need to use much of it at all. It's really good. I've got one in my personal kit, I've got one in my kit for my clients. I really enjoy this concealer. It is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. The packaging has slightly worn off, you can see that I grabbed for it ever such a lot, but it is such a high coverage concealer. So I have really sort of dark under eyes because I'm quite fair. I find that my under eyes go really blue, they go quite dark and they can look quite heavy. I also can't sleep very well, so that never helps. This is one of the only concealers that I've found that does actually cover it. I put it on, I do set it down with powder because I feel like I need to set it down into place. It does have a little bit of a shine, and I am oily, so I do like to set that shine and get it mattified. But I find that how it looks at the start of the day is the same as how it looks at the end of the day. I've tried a lot of other concealers and sometimes I find that the product clumps up. Because I do get oily, it's almost like the oil is taking the product off and it will clump up on my head and it will clump up like around my cheeks, and you can see that I've got product on, and I move it like this and it just smushes around, like it just goes all over the place. This doesn't do that, and I know for a fact that when I run out of it, I am going to repurchase this one, so I really love this concealer. So I spoke about the foundation and concealer. I like to mattify my skin. I like to set it down into place. I like to make sure that it's not going to move. So I always use a powder. So I have got a few powders that I've really been loving from 2023. There are two here. One is a loose powder and one is a pressed powder. So I'll talk about them both and why I love them. So starting off with the loose powder, I have used a loose powder for years. Probably for like the past 8-9 years I've dabbled around with loose powder, tried different ones. I used to really like using the number 7 one, the translucent. That was really nice because it has absolutely no colour to it. And then obviously the trend came in of brightening your under eye, so getting brighter under here. I will say I haven't tried the Huda Beauty powder. I know it's like raved about, so I do really want to try that one. So I have tried a few loose powders since. Number 7 updated theirs and I tried it the same like the translucent. I wasn't keen on the new version, so I didn't really like that. I also tried the Givenchy one. That was really, really nice. I will say though that for how I was going to use it for under the eye area, it didn't work for me. I do find that a lot of loose powders, when I use a puff, I quite like to use something a bit like this, or I have also got triangular ones, whoa, all over the place. I have also got little triangular ones, so a little baby one, a big daddy one. I like to use these, but when I use them with a loose powder, sometimes under the eye, when I pack it on, I can just see yellow. So it's the powder, even though it's translucent and the lighter shade, when I pack it on under the eye, it goes yellow and it actually makes this area darker than the rest of my skin. And I've tried so many different ones and wasted so much money, and I just wanted one for under the eye. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to get the Huda Beauty one. And I went to order it online, but then I couldn't figure out the colours and things like that. And I ended up going into a Morphe store and having a look at their powders, and that was when the trend of having some pinky under the eye was all in. So I saw this and I thought, oh, like I'll give this a go. It's quite reasonable. The price of these are cheap, I'd say, compared to other loose powders. So I thought, let's give that a go. Let's see how it looks. So this is the Bake and Set setting powder in the shade Brightening Pink. So it is a very, very fair pink. So hopefully you can see that okay. But it is quite a fair pink colour. When I saw it, I thought, oh, even though it's quite fair still, it is very pink, like it is quite pink. And I didn't know whether I wanted it that pink for every day and things like that. And I put it on, and when you put it on, the pink almost goes into like a white, but with the warmth. So it's not going to give you that bright white under eye where it looks really harsh, and it just brightens under the eye without making it look white. I don't want a white powder, I just wanted something brighter for my pale skin. So this seems to be the one that actually brightens, and I put it on with the powder puff and nothing goes yellow or orange because it's a pinky tone. So I really, really love this. I use this every single day and I've still got over half of the tub left, and I've had this for like a good solid few months. So I really, really like this product. I feel like it's amazing value for money. It smooths under my eye and I really, really love it. Like, I highly recommend this, especially if you are pale skinned. I definitely recommend this. So along with this powder, I do have another powder. This one's a pressed powder because I know some people can be more particular on pressed or loose depending on what they like. So this is a nice one to keep in your handbag. I do like using the loose one under the eye, and I pop the pressed one just all over the rest of the skin. So this one's really nice. I love this one so much. I've also got a backup of this one. So this I highly, highly recommend. This one is the number 7 Airbrush Away finishing powder, and this is in the shade Translucent, so it's not got any colour to it. So with this one, when I felt the texture of it, it felt so smooth and buttery, like it glided onto my fingers and I rubbed it together, and compared to other powders where they can feel a bit chalky, this one it was so smooth to feel, so I was like, I have to try it. It looks a little bit like this. Mine's very, very used up. So this is how mine looks. Obviously I have got a lot of use out of it, so it is getting quite empty now. But I just find having this in my handbag to top up on works really, really well. It's very small and compact, so it works really nicely in my handbag. And I find, especially when you use like a powder puff, these really sort of blur and smooth the skin. There's something in this that completely blurs my skin. And the nice thing about it being translucent is that it will work for any skin tone. So I really, really love this powder. I will definitely be using this in 2024 as well. So while we're on the subject of skin, I have got a finishing spray that I really, really love. I haven't got a lot of it left because I use it so often, and it is a mini, but I definitely will be purchasing the big full-size one. So this is the Iconic London Prep Set Glow Spray. I literally have got the tiniest little bit left in the bottom there. But I just find that when I've put my foundation on, my powder, and I like to use my powder, sometimes I can go overboard and it can be a bit like intense. If I spray that on it, it settles it all down. The mist on that one is a really nice mist, because sometimes they can come out and be really quite harsh and almost hit you in the face. I love the spray bottle. I love the sort of glow it gives. It makes your skin have that really sort of, when the light hits it, it glows, but it's not, again, an oily, it's not a greasy glow. And I do find that in terms of making my foundation and my powder and concealer last, I do find that it helps my base to look really good and last that bit longer than if I wasn't going to use it. I am going to buy one of these for 2024, but I really did love it in 2023. So I've just got 4 more products to talk about. I'm moving on to eyes now. This is already a brand that I have spoken about, but I really, really love them. I find that their products, all in all, are really, really good as a whole. I feel like they're very consistently good, and I just think they're really, really good value for money. And this is a single eyeshadow, so it looks a little bit like this. And the shade that I have got here is 07. It is like a sparkly sort of colour. And I bought this because when I tested it in their store, it reminded me of the Urban Decay Space Cowboy, but again, like a fraction of the price. So I really, really like this one, and I like this for when I'm doing a simple makeup, but I want to look like I've tried. I literally just get my finger, I rub it in, and I pop it all over the lid, and I just find it gives that really beautiful sparkle. It gives that glittery sparkle, but it's not overly chunky glitter. It's just so nice when light hits it again, and it looks so beautiful on the eye. And I feel like the size of eyeshadow that you get in here is really good value for money, so it is quite a big pan for an eyeshadow. The container itself as well is magnetic, so if you were to travel with it, there would be no worry about it opening itself. But it's a really, really pretty colour, and I definitely recommend it. Okay, so this again is a brand I've already spoken about, but I do really, really enjoy their products. From my experience, they do have good consistency as well in terms of their colour payoff and how the product works, and I think, again, really affordable and good value for money. These are the Morphe pencils. These are my eyeliners that I have. So when you put them on your eye, the colour payoff is great and they last really long. So I find the length of them also is really, really good. So this is the length of them. This one I've used a lot, and look at the length of it. Like, compared to what you'd get with other brand new eyeliners, they would start about this length here. Whereas these, they're so long. Like, you get so much product in them, and for the price of what they are, I think they're such good value. They're so pigmented. I just love them. I just find they last long, they have good colour. Everything about them I'm very, very happy with. I used them a lot. I've loved these in 2023, and I think, I will love them in 2024. So the last product in terms of on the eyes that I've really been loving, this one I love. It is an expensive product. It is a little bit more of a higher end sort of range product. I originally found this product because I got given a little sample of it when I bought some bits from Harrods Beauty. I tried it and I really didn't want to like it because I know the price of it, and I know if I like it I'd have to buy it. But I loved it, so I had to buy it anyway. So this is the Diorshow Maximizer 3D Triple Action Lash Primer Serum. This, I never understood lash primers. I was like, what is the point? And then I tried the sample one, and within a week my eyelashes were so much longer and they looked so much nicer with my mascara on, and they felt healthier and they got thicker. And I was like, well, great. I love it, and now I'm going to have to buy it. I'm going to have to buy them. And I just find as well, because they are a plastic wand, when you apply them, they almost separate the lashes and get them in position for when you put your mascara on. So when the mascara does go on, it sits a lot nicer on the eyelashes. I do really, really love this. I didn't want to, but I do. I fell in love with it in 2023 and I am going to continue to use it again in 2024. So I love this one as well. Okay, so these are my last products. They are from the same brand. I'd never heard of this brand. I didn't know who they were. But then in 2023, I started testing bits out. I now have their foundations in my kit. I've got lip products in my kit. Their eyeshadows are amazing as well. I should have put them in this video. That's a little honourable mention. Their eyeshadows are really, really lovely. The brand is, I think it's pronounced Uoma. I might be getting it wrong. I'm sorry if I am. But it's Uoma. Their lipsticks are out of this world. They are like a bullet lipstick. So this is one I've got. This is in the shade Kathleen. This is probably my favourite one that I've got. Oh, that's not the one I thought it was. These are a couple that I've got here on my dressing table. I've got another few in my handbag. I always have to have at least one of them on me. I love them. Loads of people have complimented me on them, asked me where they're from. This is an example of one I've got. My favourite one is in my handbag, but this is a really, really beautiful nude one that I've got here. The one in my handbag is a neon pink, like a bright, like magenta pink. I wore that to work. I left it on all day. I went out, did my work, this and that. I came back and I was like, I need to have a shower. Went in my shower, I did my double cleanse, I did my oil cleanse, I did my water cleanse after, came out the shower and my lips were still magenta, like the lipstick had not come off. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh my god, I have to use these on my brides. Like I have to add these to my kit. They are so, so good. So this is the beautiful nude shade I have. I love that. And they are a slightly more matte finish, but I do find that they aren't drying, which is what I really love. You get a lot of products in them, so very, very beautiful. This one is the most beautiful lipstick I've ever seen in my life. Put your shoes on because your socks are going to be blown off. Look at that. It keeps unfocusing, but oh, look at that. That is a sparkly angel. So this one, it is a metallic lipstick with glitter and sparkles. I wore this at Christmas time and loads of people were like, oh, your lips are amazing, what is it? And I had to tell everyone about it. If you have a bit of money and you're like, I want a new lipstick, get it from this brand because they are next level. These are my 2023 love of my life, absolute perfection of a lipstick, and I will be using them again in 2024 and 2025 and 2026 because I'm never going to let them go. They are probably my best product of 2023, so I definitely recommend you try out some products from this brand, especially their lipsticks. So these are my favourite makeup products of 2023. I cannot wait to try more products in 2024. Very, very excited. I hope you enjoy the video. If there's any other videos you'd like me to do, please do let me know and I will do them. I hope you have a wonderful day and thank you for watching. Bye bye.